So any kind of eclipse, when basically what happens that Earth, Sun, and Moon come into the straight line. Yes, so it is a kind of peak energy level. So whatever you focus on, it get faster. It is getting implemented faster, and so this kind of eclipse is best time to meditate and to use this opportunity to go into our to inner journey, to expedite our inner journey. So in this particular one, there is no major effect on it. There was also not only small part of our distant land is could have been visible. So this is not a very important one, but at the same time, kind of any eclipse is the good time to meditate and go deeper. Your like progress growth will be much faster. Okay, so that is the only thing. There is no other special any precaution or something need to be taken in this particular one. So that's what I didn't address also, and I saw your message, but I think I didn't reply it in the group. So I'm just informing you. So this is in general any kind of eclipse, partial eclipse like this one will be it'll be the good time to meditate and for your sadhana. Okay, so there is no other special things for this particular one here. Okay.
Thank you, Guru.
Yeah.
Good evening, Guruji. Om Mangalam.
Thank you. Pranam, Guruji.
Good evening, Shaival, Hari Om, Pritiji, Chaitali. God bless you.
Pranam, sir.
Pranam, Vidya.
Pranam, Guruji.
Pranam, Sashi. All right, it is 5:10 p.m. Dubai. Today is 4th of December. It should be 6:40 p.m. in India. And we shall start our second session for today. It's 82B. And our topic of discussion today is you create your reality. So to discuss about that, first let us go into that. What is reality? Here we are, there are one reality, which is this universal truth. Means this is the ultimate reality. What one can experience when all other instrument of interpretation stops. No interpretation, direct experience of direct downloaded experience, and that is the ultimate reality. That is the truth. Unanalyzed, unfiltered, uncontaminated, as pure form. So that is the one is ultimate truth. That is comes under part of the self-realization. This part of the self-realization, that truth comes. Why it is ultimate? Because it is not with respect to anything. It is as it is. It is not about somebody else's version, somebody else's things. When this is somebody else describe it, it loses its authenticity. That become a version. Okay, let me give one example I normally give. A flower is bloomed and it is giving fragrances. Okay, so it is just a fact. It is. Now somebody come and saying how beautiful the flower is. The flower is, it's a small plant but a bigger flower. The flower is, it's such and such color, such and such thing, describing it. And so it is in the middle of the forest and giving this. All these are attributes which is an explanation of somebody. It's not the truth itself. Truth itself can be experienced, that the flower, the fragrance is coming, it is experienced and matter ends there. There is no further thing on that. That is the truth. And rest of somebody is explaining how beautiful it is or how wonderful the fragrance is and all these kind of things. These becomes the interpretation of the observer. So in this matter, what happens is this somebody else get involved, so that the truth is become distorted. Like it is no longer the same. It is somebody's version. Somebody may not like it. It is the flower, but there is a one particular leaf is not a little dried up, or the fragrance is not like before, or something of that nature. So that becomes a some kind of version or comparison. So that the description of the flower, it becomes interpretation of somebody. Those are all indirect way of experiencing things. So ultimate truth cannot be realized if this kind of interpreter is there. I'm trying to get there. It is difficult to explain, but I'm trying to get there how it works. So suppose there is a moon in the sky. It is as it is. Now I say, okay, moon should be in the middle of the sky. It should not be there, or there is some cloud in front of the moon, and moon is not full yet. It is going towards full moon. It is not a full moon yet. These are all versions. Moon is there as a celestial object, and it is there as it is. Now we are interpreting it, or maybe we are giving it what phase of moon it is, what it's doing. It looks little reddish and all this. These are the versions and interpretations. Okay. Now, to experience the ultimate reality, we need to get rid of this kind of interpreter. In other words, we need to get rid of the experiencer, because this experiencer, the entity who is experiencing, this itself is contaminating the truth. That's why you cannot experience the truth as it is because of the presence of this experiencer. And it is well understood in the spiritual domain. So in the final state, there is some process called trio dissolution or the trikuti. What is the trio? Trio is the object and the experiencer and the process of experiencing or witness, you can say. Object, witnesser, and the process of witnessing. These three things called trikuti. These three things are involved into this. But what happens is that in this experiencer is mostly our ego, our entity that claims me, somebody I am experiencing. That me has to go. Then in that process, what happens is finally at one level of time, when the interpreter drops, the witnesser drops, the process of witnessing also drops because there is no process involved here. It is as it is. Whether, just let me try to go anywhere nearby that. Whether somebody is witnessing or not, watching or not, appreciating or not, moon is there. Whether somebody is experiencing the fragrance or not, somebody is gone to that area to see the flower or not, flower is there. It is expressing itself. It is not depending on somebody's clap or think, oh, wonderful. It doesn't depend. It has got its own attribute, sadharma. It is expressing its sadharma, and that's it. Nothing beyond that. Whether somebody is appreciating, rejecting, criticizing, that doesn't matter. It is just be there as it is. At the same time, it is also exist in the nature. It is neither complaining nor appreciating about anything else in the nature. It is the pure state. That state is we call pure state of being. There is no analysis, no interpretation. So we go there, we experience by stopping our ego mind. By holding our ego mind, we reach there, where we can experience something as it is, no interpretation. And that is called the direct experience, direct first-hand experience. All we talk about going into the higher dimensional experiences are direct experiences, not the interpretations. The moment you verbalize it, you shared it or something, that originality is gone. It is now become your version. So, from this understanding, the ultimate truth has to be reached where there is no experiencer, no witnesser. Then ultimate truth. So what happens if the experiencer, witnesser is there? Okay. This is called, there is some kind of ultimate reality, and that is kind of experienced reality. But the experiencer is experiencing or witnessing their version. So if we take that thing out, it remains with how the experiencer is experiencing. Because for the experiencer, that is the reality. If the flower is not fully bloomed, while one petal is falling off and the observer is observing it, that is the reality for the observer. Some other observer just getting the fragrance of that and appreciating. To that person, that flower is giving the fragrance. It doesn't matter about the petal. Okay. Somebody is saying, oh, this flower has got thorn or kanta. Like I say, rose. So that, from that person's perspective, it is the flower with a thorn. Flower with a kata. Kata become more important than the other thing, aspects of the flower. Or some comparison. Yes, this is a good flower, but it is not the biggest I have ever seen. Or it is a smaller category. I have seen much, much bigger than that. So this interpretation comes from the person who is observing. So ultimate reality is same, but the interpretations are different. Interpretations different because of our inner state, the observer's inner state. That observer inner state can vary due to multiple reasons. His past memory about it, his thinking pattern, his conditioning. Or some people may say, oh, don't go nearby. Some bee will come and bite you. Some honeybee will come and bite you because maybe some part of his life, his experience, when in the flower event, some bee has come and stuck him. So that revokes that memory. So flower is not a very good experience for him. You should. It is to be avoided, to be looked into far away. So this kind of stuff. So that means that even the ultimate reality is same, but it becomes different because of the different people, because of their own inner configuration. How you reflect yourself, how you reflect the reality on you. Or if you take another example of, say, each and individual persons are a mirror, even though object remains the same, but the image that created by the mirror will be different for the different mirror because of the mirror's own configuration. Some may be carved mirror, some may be broken mirror, some may be uneven mirror. So all these kind of things will create that image. And that if one looks at the image, it becomes the distorted form of that version of that object that you will get. Similar way, our reality works. Our reality is not the ultimate reality because it depends upon our own mental state, our own conditioning, our own thought pattern, our own memory, or it triggers some kind of emotion. All these are involved into there. So in that determines what is the kind of thing we'll experience. So this is true for all aspects of the life. Whatever life is bringing, it is as it is. But the way we interpret it, that determines our experience of life. That's why I have given some example there, about the flower example. It will be different for different people because it is not the ultimate reality. In that sense, it is like a relative reality. Our in-between, our own mind projection has come, and that is interpreting the whole thing. So now let us talk about the external reality and internal reality. Okay, how we experience. There are some experiences are governed by the external factors, which is not in our control. So in our practical life, something can happen, some incident can happen. Say there may be suddenly a storm can come, or maybe some share market crash happened. Anything can happen in the outside. Some COVID, pandemic can happen, and all this kind of. These are external events. But whatever be the external events, we just respond to that in a very different way. It is based on our own mental makeup, our own thinking, our own approach towards life. We will experience this same event in a different way. Why it is different? Because our inner configurations are different. So that is, we call it an inner reality. So outer reality is something which is beyond your control, and there is some inner reality which interprets it that gives your experience. So whatever you call as life, that is a reflection of your inner experiences. That is the truth. You just think about it. Whatever you face, it is your version of life. Correct? So that is it. Not necessarily that is ultimate truth. From childhood onwards, you experience life as per your versions of things, as per your choices you make. You have a free will. You have an interpretation. You have the things. Some action you choose to take, not to take. Some you think this way or that way, or you have to, talk about it, not to talk about it positively, talk about it negatively, talk about it, differently. All these are contributing to the experience of life. So, in that sense, there is one ultimate reality which is created by the creator of the universe, just like I was giving example of the flower, moon, and so on and so forth. There is another reality you create for your own, based on all your experiences, your inner configuration. That becomes your inner reality. So I started with that. So to have the direct experience of the truth, you have to drop all your inner interpretation machinery so that you can, that experience is happening by itself. Awareness is aware of itself. You go to that stage where there is no interpreter. But below that, all are your own interpretations of the things, and that determines how you feel life is. And no matter what action you take or don't take, etc., all these are contributing to that, your experience of your own life. So in that sense, your inner reality determines your experience of life, because all it is within your habit pattern, your mental projections, your thoughts and your emotions, your state of mind, your past experiences, all are within you. So that means if you approach it logically, it is possible. If you change your inner state, your experience of life will also change. Like if rather than a carved mirror, if you can achieve a clean, plain mirror, the reflection will change. And this is the key to live a life. To change our inner conditioning, inner state, so that our experience changes. In earlier laws, we have learned how our mind is powerful. It can manifest things. If you hold one particular thought for 65 seconds, it gets manifested. But at the same time, we don't count the unconscious background music is played all the time. And mostly those are negative. Apprehensions, fears, and our concerns, doubts, all these kind of things are there. They come and contaminate whatever you're trying to think of. You don't know. Honestly, you don't think it is happening, but because of that, your thought gets contaminated, it gets weakened, and that is the main reason of manifestation not taking place. Whatever you are looking for, whatever you intended to. Also, there is another approach. Many people, they taught that, it's called positive reinforcement. Just let us put positive, take positive part of life, and then so talk positive and only appreciate positive things, and nothing wrong in that. That's fine. But But in this, you are still operating in the duality. If you take positive, then negative should come along with it. It is a part of the same coin. What here we're trying to do, there is a many method, many people talk about positive thinking, positive reinforcement, positivity, and blah blah. Nothing wrong in that. Yeah. Only thing is here you have been using some technique to take the positivity and reject the negativity. This is not possible because we are living in duality. So if you pick up a coin with a head in the front, tail will come along with it. You cannot take only head and reject the tail. It's a part of the same coin. So when many people try that, they try to take on with things, and when they say that tail is also coming with it, they don't know what to do with it and got fed up. If you pick up only happiness, unhappiness will also come with it. Some phase, it is a cycle, it will come. You cannot experience only the day and you say that the night will not come. It will not happen. If the day has come, night has to come as well. So in this case, all this kind of duality, we are trying to pick up one side of it and rejecting other side. It is not possible. It is your idea that I will get away with only the positive things in this, and then that will make my life happy. Okay, all happy things, but it didn't happen. So then we get frustrated. It doesn't happen because you cannot have the solution in the same level where the things are being played out. Living in the duality, only experiencing half of the duality is not possible. Like I give the example of taking a bar magnet, North Pole and South Pole. I try to take the only North Pole. No matter how many times I break the magnet, South Pole will come along with it. It will be created. We cannot get rid of the South Pole. But it is possible if you pursue that path, you want it to, because you don't want unhappiness. You don't want that. But the flip side of the things as per our interpretation, it's not a flip side, it is both sides of the same coin. Then this self-realization, it comes that to get rid of the negative things in life, you have to drop both. You have to drop the polarity itself. Then you will go beyond polarity. There it is a state of unity, that same state. Unanimity. That is possible. But you have to drop both. Happy and things as well. In this, so what happens is, like I am giving a magnet, if you hammer the bar magnet, one point of time it is lose its magnetism. It will become just mild steel again back. It become iron. That state, there is no polarity. You wanted to get rid of south, but only south is not possible. You have to drop both the polarities, north and south. It becomes a pure state. It becomes a unanimity state. That way you can get rid of that. That way you can get rid of this, any of this polarity, both the polarity. You come to a state where this doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. And that is the pure state. If you reach that state, it is a very, very powerful state. Basically what you are doing is, you are doing your inner engineering. You achieve the state where we are dropping the judgment only. You are just dropping the judgment. Whatever it comes, you just experience it as it is. And you do that in every moment. If you just accept as it is, experience as it is in the present moment, that already takes care of all these kind of versions and interpretations and all those kind of things. That aspect that living in a moment by moment without any judgment, and with mind thing has been removed, completely silenced, full control over the mind. That is enlightened living. No matter what comes, okay, we just take it as another aspect of the creator, and that's it. No analysis. There is no comparison. There is no something called good or bad or this and that. No need. It's all part of the experience, and you live your life as something like not get fully bogged down into it and interpretation of it and feeling, either equanimity means neither external things can make you greatly happy or greatly sad. Yeah, the experiences, okay. Like traveling on the road, there may be some road ups and downs in the road, and you will consider it is a journey, and ups and downs are part of it. If you're facing health issues, you say, okay, it's a physical body, it's a part of the nature. Sometimes it is doing like well and sometimes not well. You have to take care, and that is a resting period, and then move on. No judgment. Why me? Why I'm facing this? Why I'm sick? No, part of the game. Same here. Yesterday I had huge amount of money. I was to stay in a 7-story building. So now I don't have enough money. I'm staying in a mud hut. Both are same. I'm still staying and living, experiencing different aspects of it. That is good, that is bad. It is just an interpretation. Same thing. So we are experiencing life as it is, it comes, without neither glamorizing nor demonizing. That is gone. You are not a winner, you are not a victim. And that is the truth. You are simply walking the path of your soul's plan. You're experiencing different things because at soul level is having a free will at the design stage. You designed it, this life, and now it is being played out. In the middle of the play, you cannot run away from the stage. A drama will be played out because you already agreed with a lot of contracts are signed, and now it will be played. Soul contracts are there, and that is what is being played here. And that's what you are going towards. In between, you cannot change the rule of the game. If you have to change the rule of the game, you have to again go to the soul level where it was created. So that is our state of realizing things. So what would be the best approach to live the life? We say go with the flow, because the flow, what is coming to you, it is decided by you at the soul level. It is not something accidentally happening. So what you do, you enjoy the flow. Well, just experience and enjoy. Don't get attached to anything. If you do that, you appreciate whatever. If something pleasant thing happens, you appreciate. If non-pleasant thing happens, you say, okay, fine, that I'm also okay with it. You come to a level which is called infinite patience. You are not running behind gratification. Many of the problems in our life we only created because we want instant gratification. Everything is instant right now. I need it now, kind of stuff. This created our issues. There is a big market forces and all. They are feeding you into those things for some different reason. This now business, and this now is not the now moment I'm talking. They're impatient. You want something you need now. If I'm hungry, my food has to reach within half an hour. Other will fire the pizza guy. This kind of stuff. So it has become a cultural thing. Anyway, so what we lost is we come to a state where if I get this is fine. If I don't get it, this is also fine. there is not something we practiced. This is a big ego thing, and I'm just telling you, I just personally also practiced it at the time of sadhana. That when I was realizing how to get rid of these things, also get personal preferences, and one of the big thing I tell again and again, I hit my ego saying, how does it matter? Okay, you came back from office, you expecting somebody will give you tea, you didn't get the tea, you get angry. Then rather than getting angry, you ask yourself, how does it matter if I don't drink tea one day? Okay, how does it matter? Okay, or if you wanted to go somewhere because of something that is getting delayed, I said fine. If I went yesterday, that is also fine. If you could have gone today, it's also fine. We'll go it tomorrow, that is also fine. Okay. When we do jobs, and if we put some kind of plan or something, and somebody else comes and spoils it, so we got angry. So, and most of the things, if we are egoistic, we enforce that. It is my way or highway. In that also, you accept that one job can be done in 10 different ways, not necessarily the one it clicked in my mind. That is the truth. Earlier stages in my professional life, I've also surprised many times. Suppose something is happening, some tender, we need to construct something, or some tendering, some strategy or whatever. So my organization company didn't follow the strategy I recommended. They're going through something else. Then I thought it will be disaster. Soon they will realize and come back to me saying that, okay, Rajdeep, whatever you are saying, that is correct. To my surprise, after a few months, I realized that other method equally worked, even better than mine, whatever proposed. No such mishap happened. Nobody is punished, what I was thinking, that they will realize and things like that. Nothing happened. It went well, and finally it did manifest it. So that is my learning point, that it is not necessary that what I am, my view, that is the only way. And I gave that from there the realization came that a mountain can be climbed in hundreds of different ways, not necessarily the path I followed. If we respect that, then all our journeys are independent journeys. That's fine. My experience of climbing a mountain will be based on my inner realizations, and same as I have to respect somebody else's realization also. Maybe different path, it's fine. Ramakrishna Paramahansa said, Chautamot Tatapot. Yeah, those many opinions, that many ways, rather than fighting whose opinion is better. Whose opinion is better coming from the duality. Means it to somebody to win, somebody has to lose. But if you that perspective, the ultimate reality is just a different path. It is neither higher nor lower. So as our own journey, our own life experiences, it is a spiritual path, actually. We are following our soul's path, soul's plan. From our journey point of view, soul's point of view, nobody is higher than anyone. Nobody is lower than anyone, and nobody is equal to anyone also. And this understanding is possible because higher, lower, equal, and all this kind of stuff, this comes from the comparison, the duality. So what is the non-duality aspect of it? Simply you understand that everyone walking the unique path. That's why it cannot be compared. Each of us getting a custom-made question paper in the exam. That's why it cannot be compared. Neither you can copy, nor you can do the same thing for that. Your question paper is completely unique. You have to address it yourself. You have to performance also as per your own. Question paper you have to answer. It doesn't matter somebody is become higher, lower, and how many they got. Doesn't matter. So that is the approach of your inner reality. is having your external reality and how you perceive into your reality, making your experiences. So in that sense, from that, this law says you create your reality. This reality, what is talking about, as I explained earlier, it is not talking about the ultimate reality. It is talking about your inner reality, which is governed by your experiences. So in this, what we take away from these things, that at two level, at the soul level, we create our reality. We plan our life. So it is truth in that level. And when it played out, life is playing out, then we experience our life, how good we are aligned with our soul's plan or not aligned with our soul's plan. If we not aligned with our soul's plan, we face a lot of obstacles. Lot of difficulty, because that is not the path. Universe is telling you, this is not the way. That way may be wonderful, looks good, but that is not your way. This is not what you came to experience. Somebody, and you at the soul level, you choose when to take birth, who will be your parents, what will be your country, what will be your language, what will be your intelligence level, what kind of relationships you will have, what kind of financial status you have, what kind of education you can have, which is the area of your work. All are pre-decided. And somebody was asking me if we have to decide our parents and everything, so why we didn't select Tatas and Birlas and Ambanis and other rich families to be born with if we have the choice? The answer to that is this richness and poorness, also duality. It's completely different when you look at it from the soul point of view. It needs some experience, and not all experience is possible there. Whatever experience you choose to undergo, that was not possible if you're born with a silver spoon. That spoon will be taken out at the time of death anyway. It is not really contribute to your growth of your experience. And whatever, now let me come to that level, how it is played out. What could be the best strategy to live a life? First, I told it should be about the living in the present moment. Then, if you can connect with your higher self or inner guru, take guidance, that is the best possible outcome. Okay. But otherwise, if you don't have that connection, learn from the experiences. Some side you see too much of resistance. Don't try to push that. That may not be for you. Go with whatever the situation, event comes, give your best and flow with that. With a clear acceptance. Something you don't like, you accept it. And then move on. When you go that, automatically as per your plan, the things will come in front of you and you do your best. There are some of the things are karmic, and those karmic things will also come. The best way is not to run away from it. Face it. You finish it off. Finish the account. And after you do this, a certain time will come. If you do enough of this, you do your swadharma or this karma. If you go, it is called karma yoga. That part. When you come to a level when you are doing your duty and all these kind of things, divine help will come. It is fact that all the karma you have in your past lives, in one life, it is impossible to go. Whatever you do, you take. Then the divine intervention happens. They take away in the balance of karma. They will send agents. They will meet somebody in your life. They have a capacity to burn your karma. Karma kshalan will happen. Sometimes stage by stage. In the different layers, different things comes out. If you have not enough of that karma, good karma, or prepare yourself, you will not meet anybody in your life of that kind of people. And to some extent, maybe that person will come to your doorstep. You will not allow that person to come in. You will tell, I don't believe it, or something like that. You will not be able to receive it. That is also true. It will happen. So just something reminded me. Somebody was asking me this karma kshalan and deleting karma and all this kind of stuff. They're asking me during karma kshalan, my good karma, bad karma, both will go. So means they wanted to keep good karma and rid bad karma. We understand that. But in higher level, it doesn't do like that. Its karma is ultimately karma. That's what I was explaining earlier. Don't be again attached into duality. Everything will go. You'll become a clean. You'll see the open sky. It is everything. Don't again stick to that so-called good karmas. Okay. Because if you come to a something level, it needs to be removed completely so that you go out of that influence of karma. That is more important. Then in the wish of holding the good and just leaving the bad, again you are going to the trap of picking up the head, leaving the tail, taking the North Pole, leaving the South Pole. That mind which is telling you, become smart. Divine has sent me some guru who can delete the karma. I will tell him, delete the bad one. I need the good one. Leave it for me. So they become smart. No? They try to manipulate the divine also. Surrender. That is the best way. Your soul knows, your inner guru knows everything what is good for you. If something is good for you, it will come. But you may have to give away with the small things, small good things to allow the bigger things to come, the infinite power to enter. To create that, you need to undergo certain kind of purification. See, all our purification, what we do some havan or fire and all those things. So fire, initially what it does, it destroys things. It cleans the area. And then from that, you raise the new thing. So your new life or the transformation of life will come from the ashes of your old ones. Unless until old ones are burned, new thing will not come. It is like undergoing a surgery, undergoing a knife of a surgeon. It is painful. Surgery need to be made. Maybe some tumor happened or something, but that has to you have to undergo the knife to get out of these things so that you can live a new life. Same here. So that time you don't pick and choose that, okay, why to knife? And is there any other method, like you put some kind of balm and it will go? And that is your idea. The necessary thing is cut it, remove it, and finish it. So don't be, stuck with the small things. Aim for a very big, infinite. There you have the potential, you have the instrument. Everything is there. Only thing, you should be pursuing that goal rather than stuck into small things. So in that, if we live like this, then only we see what is in the ground and what is there and all, but we never been able to look up. So just look up, ignore the one which is below. Small things, it's okay. Keep moving. But if your aim is high, through your own higher self, the soul consciousness, you get connected to the universal consciousness. And you enter a field of miraculous zone. Or through meditation, we enter into a field called Tathastu field. Tathastu means whatever you intend is get manifested. Go into that. This is the way to transform your life, and whatever it comes out of the process is just your complete life transformation of your experiences. That's what we call life. But our own experiences. So if your own experience changes and it is aligned with the universal consciousness, aligned with your soul's plan, it will be a fantastic thing to live rest of your life with that. And that is enlightened living. That is a life of liberation, life of pure bliss. And that is highest level possible of experiencing a life. The body will go, but that experience will remain. Experience will happen if you keep on complaining every stages of life. Life will end someday, but you will at the end of the life, your life journey will be a bunch of frustrations and complaints and things like that. Or at a certain point of time, you take a leap jump and you fly. Then what is in the ground doesn't matter. You are flying. And that will be your experience of life. And that kind of experience, when you go there, touch that area, then your heart chakra opens, you operate through pure love and compassion. Whatever you touches, that get transformed as well. And that gives these experiences back of your own life. And that is the way to you create your own reality. That becomes your reality. Everything is loving. We can see everything, perfectness of the creation. Everywhere, everything you experience, you feel that it is a blessings from the divine. You feel the blessings and you live in the attitude of gratitude. And that is how wonderfully that you play your life. All is possible through your inner connection. Nothing need to be changed outside to do that. There is no need, rather. It's your life is for a temporary period. You are a visitor in this plane. So we are all spiritual beings having human experience, not the other way around. Not we are human being wanted to be spiritual. No. We are already there. We have to go to our own original state from where we are all created. Human being and created out of pure love, prema sarupa. If we can go to that, operate from that pure love, everything else automatically will change because we are connecting to the power source. And that source, when we get connected and remain connected every moment, that transforms everything. And that becomes our reality of life. All right. So with this, I will close this learning session. So if you have any question, so please bring it forward. No question? All right. So sit straight. Just go for Kriya and meditation.